Hello everybody, and I'm glad to see you back here at OutLaw Frags. Gonna do another collab today with somebody who I am very close to. He's a great member of the community and has his own channel, and that is Daniel-san. And we talked briefly about something that we both would have in our collections that we both enjoy, and we came up with this little guy. So if you want to know what we think about this wonderful fragrance, then do me a favor, stay tuned, and we're going to cover that as soon as we get right back. So we're going to let Danielson tell us what he thinks of Terry Mugler's Pure Tonka, and that is coming up right now.
What's up, y'all? This is Daniel-san, getting ready to do a collaboration video with my buddy James Underwood, and he picked this out, and I'm glad he did because I'm in love with this fragrance. Pure Tonka by Mugler. I like this. I've been wearing this a lot, but let me tell you a little bit about it. Let me give you some facts first. This is a EDT at a toilette. I got the notes off the official Mugler website, which is lavender, rosemary, tonka bean, roasted coffee, patchouli, and vanilla. Now, let me show you the presentation. Just like my last review on Ultra Zest, I didn't know if I liked these Mugler bottles or not, but I ended up really liking them. I think it's very unique. It's got good grip because of it. It's got like a rubber coating on the outside, so the grip is really good, and the bottle is actually pretty light, which I like also. So if you happen to accidentally drop this or something, you don't have to worry about it shattering all over everywhere. But I ended up liking this bottle. I think it looks cool myself, personally. The sprayer, just like all these Muglers, or some of them, the sprayer sucks on these. I don't like the sprayers. I wish they would fix it, but I found a way to fix it, and you got to be really careful. I just took a razor blade and cut in there, but you got to be careful and not cut too deep. Just cut it to where it like goes in just a little bit, but you got to leave this backing. So if you do that, when you press down on this will press down on, it'll give, and it will press down on that sprayer easier, and it sprays out really well. Yeah, I like the presentation. I ended up liking it. Now that I fixed the sprayer, I love the sprayer because it sprays a good amount of fragrance. Oh yeah, it shoots out good. Now I'll tell you what I get. The first thing I get from this myself is I get like a toasted hazelnut, chestnut that's really creamy and sweet. That's the first thing I get. But it develops into like, it has patchouli, but I just get a little bit of patchouli. I don't get a lot, just like a light patchouli, which is a really pleasant combination. That coffee and toasted chestnut, hazelnut, and that patchouli is just really a pleasant scent to me. And once that dry down, once it gets, you know, into like the 30-minute, you start picking up on that vanilla. This to me is just the ultimate gourmand fragrance, and I love my gourmand fragrances, and this is like the epitome of gourmand fragrances. It is sweet, but to me it's not overly sweet. Everything is just blended so well together. And Mugler has been using an organic compound called maltol, and I believe they use that compound in here, even though it doesn't show up on the notes. But maltol gives their fragrances like a caramel praline burnt sugar almost, and that with all the other notes just makes it, oh man, just such a beautiful scent. This is like a perfect fall winter fragrance, and I'm absolutely going to be rocking this out. The only downside I can think to this is it is very rich and very deep. So the only downside that I could think is I personally wouldn't be able to wear this continuously for a long period of time, just because it is so deep and rich and sweet. I would have to like change out every once in a while, but this is going to be my main fragrance this cold season, late fall all through winter. This will be it for me. I love it. I love it. This is my #1 fragrance right now. This and the Ultra Zest have that same DNA. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, everything is blended so well and it smells so beautiful. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. When I put this on, it reminds me, I think that I'm like in a house in front of the fireplace on the couch, like reading a book when it's like cold outside and I'm with somebody I love or something. It's just that kind of vibe to me. That's what I picture in my head when I wear this. It's just a winter day or winter evening in front of the fireplace with a good book with some music in the background, you know, with your girlfriend or boyfriend. That's the vibe, that's the feeling I get from this. It's very, very comforting. This is one of the most comforting fragrances that I've ever experienced in my life. But yeah, I love this fragrance. I hope a lot of people have this fragrance, and if you don't have it, I would recommend that you get this if you like those kind of fragrances. But that's it for my review, and thank you, James Underwood, for getting together with me in this collaboration. You're doing amazing things with your channel, man. I've been following you, and you're doing really, really well. You've come a long way, buddy. Anyway, that's it for my review, and I hope you got something from this, and I'll turn you back over to James. Alright, I love y'all. Peace.
You know, I gotta be like everybody else. I have to address the atomizer issue that comes along with all of these flasks from the Pure line. And this is how I took care of that problem. Like everybody else, you cut the top out so that you can actually get your finger on the atomizer. Once you do that, this thing sprays wonderful every time. You know, before it was a hit and miss. And then even when you did get a good perch on top of the atomizer, sometimes, you know, as you can see, it is definitely down in there. You might still not get a good blast of it. So cutting the top out of these really makes a huge difference in how they spray. That's something to think about when it comes to the Terry Mugler products. These wonderful little flasks here. I've seen people that have actually cut them out and just keep the bottle. I like the way the flask looks on me. Keep mine the way it is. Longevity on this monster is just that. It's a monster. I get anywhere from 8 to 12 hours every time I wear it. Projection on this is a beast, almost like every other Terry Mugler Pure line. It's absolutely outstanding. This will fill a room, you know, just the same as the original Amen will fill a room. This will too. So if you're going to be in a public place with a ton of people in close proximity, you need to make sure that you spray a couple hours before you go there, because you'll choke people out. I really like this. The sweet essence, I've got a big sweet tooth, and the sweet essence of this is absolutely outstanding. It's got a real warm, comforting feel. It's something that makes you want to get closer. This is just an outstanding fragrance in my opinion. Closest related fragrance to this that people recognize or would relate to this is Bond New Harlem No. 9. because they share so many notes. This is just a much more palatable price product in my opinion, but they both smell incredibly well, and if you do them side by side, you can definitely pick up the similarities immediately between the two fragrances. I have a small decant of New Harlem, and it's bang on with this. It's Terra Noodler in a bottle, just way more pricey.